Hello mga kasus and welcome to the Sarcicles TV. You have me Mark and we are outdoors. This is already outdoors. After considering that this is the new normal, step out of the house, even if it's the garage, it's already outdoors for me. All good. The reason why we are outside is we're gonna check out this right behind me because it's already hard starting. The battery has a good run. It's been there for 5 years, and according to a battery outlet, I spoke with the technician. They said that having a battery for 5 years is considered lucky because usually warranties would last only 21 or 24 months, and then after that, it depends on the battery performance already. So they declined to recharge it or to top up that battery fluid. So what we're gonna do is we're probably just gonna clean the terminals and hopefully that it's more of the connection issue rather than the battery. Although we do know the fact that if it does not work, it does not improve. We all know that 5 years is good enough, and it's probably high time to change it anyway. But nevertheless, there's no harm in trying some. Destroy it yourself on a bright sunny day. So please join me in the next couple of minutes. Let's get this thing going with the ride. Also, I'll show you some tactical or tactitard exercises with your rifle or carbine, and we'll do justice with a recent video I've made because we visited this coffee shop, and then I realized when we uploaded the content, it's more of just videos and pictures and no reaction really with regards to their product and services. So I'll do a take two on that one and then give justice to my earlier video. So stick around guys, and I hope you like this video. The engine bay has not been cleaned for some time because usually I ask it to be serviced because my hands are big and I do not have the equipment for like cleaning the engine. So I would leave that to the experts if you don't want to mess stuff around. So please do not bash me for having a dirty engine bay. Whenever you work on pretty much anything, it's best that you wear gloves, just so that dirt and some safety precaution can be taken. So it does not prevent possible electric shock because there's still some openings here. But nevertheless, as long as you don't touch positive and negative at the same time, chances of electrical shock will be similar. And also, please do not do this where I put the coffee on top of the fuse compartment. Possible you might spill and it might ruin the computer box or any electrical stuff. So please don't. That's not a good example. Okay. Always have a set of tools or the right tools for the right job. Do not settle for tools that can do the job. It should be the one that is meant for the job. It's like a relationship. It has to have the tool should have that specific purpose. So just because it would work doesn't mean you should do it because you might ruin the threading and the actual part, and rather than being able to save because of DIY, you might actually spend more because of possible repairs that needs to be done. So for the wrench, there are two types. There's this like the open part, and then there's this closed one. When I attended the basic maintenance course, it was recommended to use this one because it's like you're wrapping your hand around that actual bolt, and this one may tend to slip, even has more chances of slipping because it's only a partial grip on the bolt. So always use this one as much as possible. Now able to remove the two terminals, positive. This is the positive terminal, then the negative terminal, and then we insulated the positive terminal for safety. If you look at the battery, the deposit came out of the negative terminal. The positive terminal is pretty much clean, but we'll still do some, we'll wipe it clean and stuff. We'll also clean the terminals. I'll show you later what the negative, that joint looks like, that connecting metal looks like, and then we're gonna stuff it back in, and then hopefully when you start it, it will be like more responsive. When you will be cleaning this one, it's advised that you wear a face mask. If one is not available, cover your nose at least, or when you brush it in a direction that is towards the opposite direction, not towards you, but do it away from you, or at least do it gently, so that the feet, the dust won't go up, and you might inhale it, and it may cause some health hazards. This is the connector for the negative terminal. As you can see, the deposit underneath, and maybe this may contribute to a possible issue with the conduction. So we will clean it using sandpaper. How long it would take? Well, that depends. So the goal is to remove the deposit so that there will be better contact between the metal terminal of the battery and this one. We're done cleaning. Basically, it's just about brushing the battery. Do not use water or any solvent unless you are sure that it's safe. For me, I'm not really certain, so what I did was to just brush and then wipe it clean, and that's it. I sandpapered the metal terminals, the one that will connect to the battery, to make sure it will have a better conduction. And then we're done with all that. We're now gonna slap it back in and then start the car, and hopefully it does run. Or else it will be long. You need to be aware of the orientation, so the positive side of the battery should be here, so it's closer to the wire. Then negative goes that way. So positive, negative. Oops. Gently put it back. There you go. Okay. So good. We then put back the cover. All good. And then connect the wires. Let's start with the terminals, and then once we have it all good, the grounding wires, and then we fasten it to the battery tie bar. So we are done connecting the terminals, the battery stuff. So just a quick overview first. I put back the battery, then attach this cover, then the tie down, battery tie down. So the thing is with this one, my practice is to count how many turns on this side and then how many turns on the other side, and whether it is a full turn, half turn, or quarter turn, so that the tightness on both sides will be equal. Secondly, there will be times where you will be using this when it's hard to reach. Like for example, on this left side, you cannot utilize the round one, so we use this open wedge portion. For this one, it's open, so there's no obstruction, so you can use this one. So the preferred one is this because it has more grip rather than this one. It's more of a partial. The next thing I did was I inserted these two battery terminals, and the thing is, even if you tighten the nuts, there is still gap because there's still play with the terminals. So what I did was I used aluminum foil just to serve as a shim, so that it's gonna be more tighter and it won't have any play. And then I just ensure that I just use the right amount so that it does not chip, or it does not fly anywhere near the vehicle. And after doing so, I plug these these are just grounding cables, just to have a better flow of current, so to speak. And this one is the voltage regulator. It is meant to ensure that the distribution of electricity is what's ever supposed to be distributed. So for example, if it's supposed to be 12 volts, then it is going to ensure that that the battery is putting out 12 volts, something to that effect, so that the equipment or the electronics will not experience any fluctuation, or they won't experience receiving less than the required voltage, so that the operation will remain normal. After I tighten the nuts, we will then start the engine, and hopefully it will start the normal way and not that hard start thingy. We'll find out in a bit. We are now inside the car and we will try to start. It's a good sign that the door open, meaning the battery is working. Now let's just check if there is enough juice for it to have the normal start and not the one with the shaking and stuff. Okay, let's just remove the lock on the steering. Okay, so we are good. That's a good sign. Moment of truth. It's pretty much still the same, but it's not like hard, but you would notice the behavior of the lights, the gauge, and even the sound of the crank, that the battery is has like a couple of days or weeks left. But at least when we started, it's not as hard as the hard start is not as the same as the previous one. There's but it's a little different. And so at the end of the day, we'll still get to replace it in a couple of, I'm guessing, a couple of weeks, maybe days, worst case scenario. And for this part, we're done. We will now do some, before we go out, and hopefully the coffee shop is still open for me to do that redemption review. Let's have a quick workout, let's make sure that we get that blood flow going, so that when we are outside, we are all good and we are at 100%. So let's leave the engine running for a couple of minutes for it to heat up or to warm up, and also maybe get some juice flowing in the battery. See you in a bit. Hello guys. Our rifle is not just a blinking tool or maybe a weapon of death or what have you. It's also something that can help you get fit. This is your fitness partner, and allow me to demonstrate some exercises that I can recall with the use of a rifle. First exercise, lift the rifle as high as you can with one arm without bending. Second exercise goes like this. Open, twist, recover, return. Open, twist, recover, return. The next exercise is jumping jacks done in 4 counts and 10 good repetitions. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. Fourth exercise is squat bender. Squat, stand, bend, stand. Squat, stand, bend, stand. Whew. And that's how those are the exercises that I can barely remember with a rifle. Please ensure that your rifle is clear, or carbine is clear. This one has been inspected earlier. No magazine and no round in the chamber. Always be safety conscious and enjoy pew-pewing. Now that we're done with our quick workout, we will now take a shower and then hit the road and do a redemption video on that coffee shop that we visited.